Miggity Mike, check. My mic sounds nice. Yes, sir. It's your boy Nicholas R. And you are in tune to another episode of the Thought Party Podcast where you are the host. Like I said, Nicholas R. Man, I got my boy Shernville, everything, you know, the drill in here.
What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Another week, man. So, you know, get into it, man.
Yeah, man. That's dope. I think, I'm grateful for the time, man. I think, sometimes we get kind of caught up in the weekly routine, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's another day, man. A lot of people wish they can make it this far. So I'm going to do right with my time I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. I see with the rollie on, man. You always outdoing.
Oh,
you
know,
bro.
This ain't,
I gotta
rollie, but
I gotta
can't
get me
hear
some.
it neither.
I lost my damn Fitbit, bro. I actually, I got a calculator watch. I swear to God.
Man, them used to be the shit.
Hey, these
yes, sir. I used to cheat on hella tests. Stop playing.
Hey,
algebra, all that shit.
You remember them portable TVs that used to be out?
Yeah,
bro. I know it sounds like it's random, but that just reminded me how old that was. Made me think of it. I stole my stepdad's portable TV. I was in class. I swear to God, I was in class watching Passions. That's my soap opera I used to watch, and fucking Jerry Springer, bro. Straight up.
That's
people was like gathered around me, like watching it with me. I'm like, bro, go on, about to get me caught up. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I was 4 AA batteries. The screen was about that big. We always sitting there gathered around. It was so stupid, bro. It was so.
They used to have like a watch that was like a remote or something, and like you could like program it and like change channels and shit. So like we would go up to the thing and like get the remote from the TV at school and shit, and like program, like turning that mug on while the teacher like like the Price is Right. Come on, like, loud as hell too. Like what?
Oh, bro. Skipping school or being sick or whatever, man. Price is Right was where it was, bro.
Where it was at, man. Shout out to my granny, man. She put me on all them shows. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, peace.
For sure. But yeah, man, let's move on to the topic at hand. Well, before we get to the topic, you know how we do, man. We get into them black facts. Black facts. So I'm gonna shout out the NAACP, man, because in February 12th of 1909, they was originally formed off of the 1908 race riot, and where other than Springfield, Illinois. So
yes,
the fact that that kind of started because of some bullshit that happened in a city that I grew up in, I feel close to it. Not necessarily the NAACP, but like the whole, just like the whole experience of the race riot, and then what came after that, and what formed because of that. And I think that's dope. I think it's cool that they started a whole organization just to try to better Black people, you know what I'm saying? And it all started in the city that I grew up in. Off some bullshit, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes some negative to bring some positive light into the world. So shout out to the NAACP.
That's truth, man. I think that it's good that they took something so crazy and made something so big that's even still going on these days. You know what I'm saying? I actually did know that. I think I looked up history in Springfield just to see what the big. I think I was looking at some Lincoln shit because I'm always trying to figure out what the fuck they love Lincoln so much. So I was just looking up and I actually found that fact too before, and it was actually like wow, like you know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine like how bad things had to be for them to be like, yo, let's come together and make this group. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then it being like you said, it being so close to where I'm from, it's just like, bro, and you can kind of tell in that environment, just the way it is, it just kind of feels like,
it's still kind of like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's almost like people try to like
just a corner saying 1908 race riot, and that's it. Like they don't talk about it in school. Nope. They don't. Like, I didn't learn about none of that shit in school. I think I can't remember exactly, but I was like walking around downtown one time and I was just like, what? And you know what I'm saying? Looked it up and was just like, wow. So it's like a whole documentary about it on YouTube and shit. So.
Oh, word. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, man. So check that out
Wow.
if y'all haven't yet.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all definitely check that out, y'all check it out because I think that's be informative. I think we hear about these organizations that come up and we don't ever talk about them, or even just like the right end of itself. I think I talked to before. We had a conversation before about Black Wall Street, which
Yeah.
I've man, that I think about that more often than I talk about them because it just was so it was crazy. But my biggest thing about it is you think that the only solution to the issue is knowledge or whatever, or people like coming together. You think it's unity. If we all just came together, if we all just came together. But there was a time when we did come together
Mm-hmm.
and they burnt that shit down. So it's like you think that the solution is something you ain't seen yet, but what all we gotta do is look back in history and realize that it's not us not coming together, it's the constant attack on us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
um
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure, man.
it's just real. Shit's real, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, you had the topic, man. I want to bring that to him because I kind of read through the text, but I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So I'm gonna let you kind
Yeah.
of
So
elaborate what's going on.
let's see how to put this. I just want to know or what to discuss. I can only speak for my culture because I'm only in my culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only familiar with my culture. So that when I say that, I mean the Black culture. Um, but to me, it just seems like my culture always divides whatever it is. So if it's like, so why and why? Why we can't like both? Why we can't like Fresh Prince and Martin? Why we can't like Beyonce and Kelly?
Right.
Why we
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
like R&B and rap? Or why we can't like two rappers that's beefing? Like why can't I listen to Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Without it being like, oh, you got to choose a side. It's always kind of like you got to choose a side, pick which one, who you like better, 50 Cent or Ja Rule, like who you rolling with. And it's just like, and it's even like with the verses, you know what I'm saying? It's like, uh, if you have a good versus battle, shout out to Swiss and Timberland and Triller and all that shit for that, because I think
Yeah.
that's a dope thing that's going on for hip hop and music in general.
Yeah.
But it's always like, hey, so if I say, oh, I got the locks, everybody's like, so what's wrong with Dipset? What you saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, nah, bro, it's not that I'm hating on one of them just because you like one better than or prefer something more than that. That don't mean that you don't like it. And why it's always got to be like that. Like just because I prefer eating chicken over beef or burgers don't necessarily mean I don't eat or I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so like
real. I think we always in the position to where we always got to choose.
yeah.
When you said like how you said it, was like wow, like you're right. Actually, when you think about it, that
It's
it's
either
actually
or.
real.
It's never both. It's like you can't. I don't know.
It's like they say, come as you are and be who you are, be individual, be free. But then like when you choose something that's not what they choose, something wrong with you.
Right? Are they singling you out because you like this more or whatever? Like you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
Sometimes it might
that's
be the
true.
age. It might be like an age different or just a perspective of how everybody's growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure. Going back to the example with the verses, like I'm pretty sure it was people older than me. Like, oh yeah, Locks got that
Hmm.
on lock. Like no pun intended. Like that's nothing. And me, I'm like, well, I mean, shout outs to the Locks. I love the Locks and what they do and all that stuff. But I grew up more on Dipset. So like me, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be closer than people think. I
Hmm.
think that was my whole thing. And it's just like, oh well, how you gonna hate on this person? How you gonna like and I chose the Locks before, but like that was just off of performance wise. Like I knew like it's
Yeah,
it's more than just the songs and shit. So
yeah,
like, but
yeah, for
but it's like
sure.
you can't choose both. You can't like both. You can't listen to Dipset and the Locks or something like that. And I just
Yeah.
want to know why we do that to each other. Like why we act like we can't like two things. Why we can't like go to the fair and get the elephant ear and the funnel cake. Like
Hmm.
why we gotta pick one.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get kind of conditioned to competition too. It's part
Mm-hmm.
of it. It becomes this thing where we have to feel like we well, I don't want to get too deep, but I think there's also part of it that is deep that you can't really ignore. And some of it is like this innate thing that's within us to try to be better to some extent and try to like belong, right? We want to belong. So uh when you belong and someone else belongs somewhere else, you almost is like, well, it's harder to coexist, I think, when you in the kind of in the same area and
Mhm.
somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right, but it just seems like it's the truth. And I think another example that's a little bit more widespread, a little bit more well known. I actually just watched what is that shit called? In the Tupac movie, the Tupac joint. I can't remember.
All
All
eyes
Eyes on
on
Me.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it just made me think about because I remember my old ass is old enough to remember when that shit was going down. I
Hmm.
remember getting the you know what I'm saying like sitting there in front of the TV and they saying Tupac died. Like I didn't
Yeah.
understand
The
it.
updates. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like sitting there watching it actually happen. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no movie. It was like real life, bro. And it became this thing like it. Now I know movies are movies, and, you know, there's probably some deeper shit that happened, some other shit that they couldn't make cinematic, so they just didn't put it in. But there was there was this big cause of the whole East Coast West Coast situation, and I think that becomes this thing. Bro, it seems like it don't matter how. I guess my whole point is it don't matter how big or small it get. It's just something that's always in us to do it because even in Springfield, I would be downtown and there'd be like battles or whatever, and somebody be like, "Oh, you from Decatur? Something wrong with you? Or are you from Peoria?" And it's like, "Are you from Champaign?" It's like, yo, like, and it's like this thing where it's like we come against each other, but at the end of the day, it's like we all sitting there in Illinois. Like
Right.
like why we, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that something in us always wants to be fighting for something to some extent. I mean, that's just a theory of mine, but
I feel you. I feel
you
you.
know what I'm saying though?
And to me, like you fighting over some shit that really ain't yours. Like
Right.
you fighting
True.
because you from Springfield. Like nigga, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
Right.
that doesn't mean
True.
really mean anything. Like I'm
Yeah.
Springfield. I'm repping for Springfield. I got into it with a fight because it's Decatur dude because he from Decatur. Like and I'm from
Yeah.
Springfield. Like that doesn't make any sense. It's like
It's
you fighting for
dumb.
your block. Like your block don't love you, bro.
Yeah.
Like that
Truth.
was there before you. Your people didn't build that shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, and they can come through and gentrify your shit, and it be whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not your hood, it's not your block. You can't really do nothing when they come through and do all
Mm-hmm.
that shit. Like,
Right. Truth.
that's why, like, that's a deeper topic. But that's why, like, the like loving the streets is so dangerous. It's like one sided. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
just like a love that you have for the shit, but it's like it's not gonna love you back. The game ain't gonna love you back. The what you fighting for or what you're even like defending or what you are in competition for or rooting for is not necessarily going to love you back just because you buy tickets to the show or buy tickets to a game.
Right.
And like it ain't necessarily got to be like, oh, I'm a Miami Heat fan. Yeah, fuck y'all Laker fans. Like what you be like, what be
Yeah.
like, I'll say that jokingly, but it'd be people like really, you know what I'm saying, like
Mm.
really indebted in that shit. And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure his fights have probably happened almost every game. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Just because of some stupid shit. It's like, I'm a fan. I'm a super fan. I'm finna defend my team. Like, they not thinking about you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
think
it's
that,
kind of like, why can't you like the Lakers?
bro. Right. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Like I don't get the whole sports thing sometimes because the places are weird to me. Like
Yeah.
I don't watch and ain't nothing against nobody who watch it. I just don't understand. Like I know that we as in the U.S., but Toronto is a team, and I found out that's in Canada, and then I found out that California got like two, three teams. They got Clippers in L.A., and I think maybe one more.
Clippers,
Maybe
Lakers, shit.
is there one more in
Sacramento
L.A.?
Kings,
Sacramento King.
Sacramento. Well, in LA, yeah, it's two
Yeah,
teams in LA. But
yeah.
in California, it's like four or something.
That's crazy. Like, I mean, not that I care. I'm not invested enough to, but I'm saying like, if you ever was, and I don't know if this is true. Maybe you can educate me on this. But if I was a sports fan and there was two different teams for the same place, how do you decide, or do you have to decide, or can it be? I guess can you be excited for both of them, or does it go back to what we're saying about having to pick or make a choice or whatever? Like, is there issues with that in the sports realm or no? 'Cause I'm just
I'm
lost.
not absolutely sure about the Clippers and Lakers and like if you got two teams, it's like Chicago and the White Sox type shit. Like
Right, right,
around
right.
here, it's probably Cubs, Cardinals type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
right.
like, I
Yeah,
mean, I
you're
don't know,
right.
like, you know how that is when you pick your squad, people just gonna be like, what? You like the Cubs? What? You like the
Yeah.
Cardinals? Like what? Like it's always like that. Like for whatever reason, everybody's just indebted today, whatever it is. I grew up a Cardinals fan because my grandpa was, but that don't
Yeah.
necessarily mean like, oh, I don't like the Cubs. I don't really follow baseball like that to even care for real.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I get that.
like I don't know, man. I just like the topic is just why do we care so much to like be indebted with that one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like we endorsing this shit, like they paying for us, like they
Right.
care, like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, it's just weird. I just feel like that's not like, and you should be able to be like, oh, I watch Fresh Prince and Martin. I'm not which the better show.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick a better show. One has to go. Like I hate them memes, man. I really do,
Yeah.
because it really just be like one got to go when all they work, and it's just like, dude. But if you stop, if you was to like really be able to do that, you don't know how the world would be. Like take, like say if they was like, you got to choose, or one got to go, and it's like Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Different World, and Martin. Say you said Different World go. Like just think of all the people that was influenced to go to college and shit off that shit.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it's a lot of like when people was growing up around that time, I know a lot of folks that was like, yeah, man, that shit made it cool to go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was cool
Right.
to go to school when that came out. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
go to school. I went to school because of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay. And somebody could have been influenced by Fresh Prince to dress a certain way or just be a certain way or whatever
Yeah.
it is, or Martin or Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if you take that away, then what? Like how all did then what? Like you take
Exactly. Yeah.
music, they do the same with music. Like pick one artist got to go, and all they work. Like okay, take this person out, but that person wrote for this person, so that song will be gone too. That
Right.
song will be gone too. Wouldn't be no this song, wouldn't be no that song. You know what I'm saying? Like the world would have never heard this song. You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
the way the world reacts off music, I just know like it's like music definitely puts the world in a different place, in a better
Oh yeah.
place at times, in a low place at times. So it
Right.
just kind of depends on the frequency of the music. But like it's
I,
times where songs are lifted up, like what's that Wiz song with Charlie Parth or whatever.
see you again.
See you again. Yeah, I hope I'm not getting
Yeah.
dude name wrong, but like that's a song that just like the whole world. You play that, people gonna be like, "When I see you again," and probably
Right.
start
Right.
crying and think about who they used to fuck with in the love and it's gone
Yeah.
now and stuff. And was like, what if that song never came out?
Yeah.
You know
True.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what people was going through at that time, and
Exactly.
maybe that
Right.
song got them through that. And it's just like, man, every time I hear this, I know it's cool. Like I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I see you at the crossroads, or I see you again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like them certain songs. Like think if Crossroads never came out, bro.
Crossroads could hell to me. That music
The
video.
video, yeah. See, the
Oh
video is
shit.
a little, yeah. But like I'm saying, like,
When Fair said, "I miss my Uncle Charles," yeah, in my head, his eyes was up. I was like,
man,
"Bro,
he was going
turn this shit
crazy. I miss
off."
my Uncle Charles.
Charles, yeah. His eyes turned black. I think they closed. I think they turned black or some shit. I was like, "Bro,
That
I'm
shit
finna go to
crazy.
church." Yeah, this shit was wild, bro. I remember that. You know what else
Yeah,
used to
man.
scare me? I'm not trying to get sidetracked, but another video I remember used to scare me was "Murder Was the Case That They Gave Me." Fucking
Okay.
Snoop.
For
Holy
real?
shit, dog. Hell yeah, that's you wasn't scared. What you mean for real? You
Nah,
wasn't
man, not really.
boy, that
I
scared the fuck
was
out of me, dog. I
I
was
was
like,
scared
yo,
like the first few times I saw Thriller. I know for sure.
okay. Yeah, I remember Thriller. I remember
Like
Thriller.
that shit was crazy. Cause it was
Yeah.
like this is a video. Like why is taking so long for it to go off? Like dog, turn this
Right.
off. Like what is
Right.
going on right now, dude? Like I thought this
Right.
was Michael Jackson, fam. That's not Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that was, and we turned around at the end. His eyes was that
Man, this is
shit.
like then
I was
that
like,
creepy ass laugh. It's like,
"Ooh."
oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
thing.
she's dead.
I don't know how old. I don't know how old I was when Thriller came out, but
That's a good question. I gotta think back.
for
I gotta.
sure it was
uh
like,
I was like, it had to be early '90s
yeah, for sure.
for yeah. But yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. I think the one gotta go thing. I ain't got no problem with it. Like if people are just joking around, like, oh, I like this, and they just having like a little whatever. but it's when people be like really trying to shut you down
Yeah,
for
because
liking a
like when
certain
you
thing.
comment on them things, they're like, "What? You crazy? How could you say
Yeah,
Family Matters gotta go? Like, what? You don't like
right,
Urkel? Like, I
bro.
I, I just prefer these. Like, that's my least favorite, bro. Like,
Yeah,
what?
you know
Like,
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
fuck
yeah,
with it, but it's just I don't know.
it can't never be something cool. It's always that motherfucker come in and try to be all personal and shit with it. It's like, yo,
Right.
like, it's not that big a deal to me. But the whole point, what you're saying is true. I think that a lot of times we get to these things where we kind of get too invested in these whatever. But people don't understand that everybody got different. That's why we need to chill. And that's why I think a person need to step back and realize that everybody got influences, like you said, a different world may spark somebody to go to college or something like that, or Family Matters may have been, or I can relate to Urkel. He came over, it was cool, whatever whatever the case may be. But you don't never know where somebody started from. So, or somebody may have a sentimental. I remember being at my grandma's house watching new episodes of Family Matters. Like
Right.
that shit was. I ain't never seen. I ain't gonna cut. Something may happen to me after this, but I'm gonna just say it, bro. I've never watched A Different World in my life. I
Wow,
know
bro.
I've never seen it once,
You
but
got
I'm not.
HBO Max?
Yeah, yep.
It's
It's
on there
yeah,
now.
yeah. I like.
I
I'm
don't
with,
think I've
bro.
ever seen the whole series like all the way through. I've probably seen like bits and pieces and stuff like that. I think I was
Yeah,
watching it on Netflix when it came out or when it was on there, but I don't think I ever got through the whole season, but or the whole series. But yeah, man, that's a good
I,
show. But like, I mean,
I
that
like
shit,
it.
that type
I
of shit
like what I.
happens.
Right, yeah, and I think that it seemed like it was. I know it's a classic, but but I just didn't relate to it to the point where I was like, oh, bro, like because when Cosby was out, which that's the spinoff from Cosby, I was a child, like for real.
Right,
Like, you know what I'm
right,
saying? So college was the last thing on my, I wasn't even through elementary, I don't think, when that shit was on. So it was like, I don't understand this enough to
for sure. I feel
to
you,
be,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So if somebody asked me what's got to go that or like Family Matters, I'm like, well, Family Matters can stay because I don't even know nothing about it. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what
Right,
I feel like. And
right.
I remember sitting in front of the TV watching new episodes of fucking Family Matters. Oh, fuck, what was it TGI? Thank God It's Friday, TGIF, or some shit like that. I
Hmm.
think it was like that and fucking Boy Meets World or whatever the fuck they used to show on
Yeah,
ABC back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people don't realize, like, if you just type some shit on Twitter, people don't, they not thinking about all that. You know what
yeah.
I'm
They only
saying?
thinking from their perspective, and we got to kind
Yeah,
of get out of that, like to where it's like, oh man, you crazy. You don't like it's just like anything. It's like you can be black and not like grits or something, and people will be like,
right,
what?
bro.
What? You
You,
crazy, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like they'll like revoke your black card or whatever. You know,
I
that's a good
can't
game, by the way.
stand grits. Oh, I want to
That's a
play
good
that.
game. That's a good game, by the way. But like, it's
I
just
want to
like
play that shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a thing, like where it's like, oh, you black card get revoked if you don't do this or you don't like that or
Yeah,
you don't like, and this is like, come on, bro. Like, and I like the game because it's like a spinoff on it or kind of, but it's like,
hmm it's
yeah,
meant to
bro,
be a
like.
game.
Yeah, it's
That's
meant to
why
be a
it's
game and it's not meant
yeah.
to be taken serious. And like they have things where it's like majority rules. It's like, what you think about
hmm
this? Like I know one of them was like, where did Tommy work? Tommy from Martin, where did he work? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was not no
yeah.
definite answer though, because it was just like that was like one of
Is
them majority rules things. So if everybody think he dealing,
right.
that's who get the point. Everybody get the
Yeah.
point. Okay, everybody, yeah, majority rules.
Yeah.
But if everybody say something different, it's different. But like, yeah, man. I just think we got to think of other people's perspectives and other people's like they just people just think differently. Everybody's not in
Right.
your in the same life that you live in. You know what I'm saying? Or where they're interested in the same things. They grew up around the same things, or their parents put them on the same things. They growing up differently. They growing up in different times. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like if you choose LeBron over Mike, but it's like, bro, like Mike came in
Bro.
the league. Mike came in the league in like 80 something, bro. I was not born.
Right. Bro, you that is
But I
so
saw
perfect.
LeBron. I saw LeBron rookie season, you know what I'm saying? Until
Yeah.
now. And still, you know what I'm saying, still watching. So it's
Bro. Yeah. That's
like,
real.
what, you're crazy. How could you say that? I'm like, I don't every game he ever played ain't on YouTube, bro. And I wouldn't go back and watch it
Right.
because I'm not that invested in basketball to do that.
Right.
But
But you're right
you know what
though,
I'm
because
saying?
I mean, people watch Jordan and they'll be like, "Oh, well, Will Chamberlain or something was better," or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it, but people don't realize, like, if you just type some shit on Twitter, people don't. They not thinking about all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, And but it's like it's reference, and people don't
Right.
understand that. They just want
It's
to sit there and argue and think that it's a pride thing. It goes back to what we were saying last week. Like if you think you're above everybody, then you see things through that lens, and
right.
it's a part of you that just don't understand nothing else because you're not trying to. You so invested in what you think that you can't. It doesn't. You don't understand the fact that somebody could be somewhere else.
Right.
Somebody could
Or
start, and
somebody
that's
can think something else and just like
yeah.
something else and be like, oh,
Exactly. And if you don't like it, if you don't like what I like, you stupid. Because I like this
right.
because it's amazing, and you obviously like something else because you dumb or some shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck? I think that a lot of times people need to just sit back and realize, like, just like you said, like it's different eras, different perspectives, different. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with a lot of humility, even personally, because you're not gonna do that in one aspect in life and then not do it for the rest. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Right.
those kind of people. There's a saying that I learned from watching the podcast. I can't remember the name of the podcast, but somebody said how you do anything is how you do everything, and that shit changed me because I was like, yo,
That's a
like,
fact.
yeah, bro, and it hit me because it was like, bro, okay, so how you know if I'm lazy at my job, like, how am I supposed to grind for my personal shit? You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, so on and so forth. So I think that people really need to understand. Like once you step back, and it sounds silly to some extent, but people really do be getting mad when you don't think what they think.
Yeah. Or don't
And
agree with what they agree with. And it's just like,
yeah,
dude, like, it
bro,
ain't got to be that serious.
I got made fun of a lot back in the day when I was liking shit that a lot of motherfuckers didn't think was black enough or whatever at the time. But now everybody, you know, of course, don't give a fuck now. But at the time, it was like, oh, you don't like this, or you don't know nothing about that. I'm like, bro, I just that's just not what goes on around me.
Right.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, and I'm not gonna be here faking either because you don't want that. So it's
Right.
like
You ain't got a lot to kick it. Just be yourself, man. And
precisely,
like what
yeah,
you like, do what you do, like what you like. Don't shit on people for not liking what you like.
straight
And
up.
if people try to shit on you for liking what they like, just continue to be you. And
Yeah, yeah,
meet people who
always.
respect you, fam. I feel like
Yeah,
I done got,
yes.
I wouldn't say majority of mine, but I done had people tell me like, man, you just yourself. You don't give a fuck. Like that's why I like you, bro, because you cool, or you
Right.
just, you know what I'm saying? Like you just be to yourself. You don't care about what people think. You're gonna do what you do. You're gonna wear what you want to wear. You're gonna say what you want to say, and people can look at you like this nigga crazy,
Right.
but you're not gonna care. You just like, okay, like
Yeah.
you don't like Power Rangers, bro. You're crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? It's
Bro,
just like
yeah. For
it is what
real.
it is, man. You just gotta, people like what they like, man. I used to get, I wouldn't say used to, but I got cracked on a lot because I like J. Cole and I like been to like a lot of his concerts, and I'm like a tour merch junkie. Every time I go to a concert, I
Dope.
gotta get a shirt, bro. Like I'm one of them.
Dope.
So like they just be like, oh, here go this dude. He love J. Cole. Got his J. Cole shirt on again. He got his J. Cole shirt on again. Or he
Yeah.
got another J. Cole shirt on. Like, damn, how many? And it's just like, yeah, bro. I
Yeah.
do. I rocks with Cole, and I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all why I get merch and why I like J. Cole. I like J. Cole because I can relate to him. He
Yeah.
relatable. He a good artist, and if the when the shit hits the fan, and you know what I'm saying, because everybody's gonna die. So when he gets old as hell and he eventually passes on, it's gonna be like, man, I saw that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him concert however many times, bro. I got this t-shirt. I got this t-shirt. And you know what I'm saying? And that type of shit happens. Like I went to a Nipsey Hussle concert probably 4 or 5 years before he passed. And then like
Mm.
when he passed, I was just like, damn, it's like one of my favorite rappers, if not my favorite rapper, but like it's like, damn. But at least I got to see him in concert. At least I got to, you know what I'm saying, experience that, because I'd be
Yeah.
mad. Like I'm not necessarily mad that I never saw Prince or Michael in concert, but I, who wouldn't want to go see Michael Jackson and Prince or something like
Yeah.
that? But you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just
Yeah.
like, hey man, like what you like, do what you do.
Which
Don't
that's
let
another
nobody
one.
try to steer you from. That's another thing that they do. I feel like they just try to steer your influence to be like, man, you shouldn't like that. You should like this. And
Hmm.
it's like, if that's not really you, if that's not really in you, you can like that and like something else just a little bit better, or like them both equally.
Right. I think a lot of people. It's funny you bring up influence because I actually was just about to say that. A lot of you know what I've learned too This is why it's another good reason why you should be yourself. It's because a lot of motherfuckers don't know why they like what they like. They just got the people around them saying they like it, or they on social media seeing what's trending,
Yeah,
and they
for
like it
sure.
because of that. So
Yeah.
they don't even they probably on internally, and we gotta ask one of them for sure. This is just my theory though. They probably more upset that you not swayed as easily as they
Mm.
was. So now they trying to like get more people on their team. Like I need everybody to be dumb. Like I'm dumb because I just followed this whatever because this person told me to like it, and now here I go liking it. And I
Yeah,
think
I
that
feel you.
that's what some of it is too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Because I'd be like, if sometimes you challenge motherfucker and you ask them like, what's something about their favorite shit, and they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. It's like, okay,
Yeah, it's
you
like
just
you
following
just
suit.
right. You just
Like,
clout chasing.
yeah, yeah, and that happens a lot. A lot of people just really just be following the crowd.
Yeah,
So, and that's what goes back to what I was saying. Like when I was getting made fun of about liking anime or whatever. Now to come to find out, everybody was watching the shit. Wasn't nobody saying they liked it because it wasn't cool to like it, or wasn't nobody listening to NSYNC because it wasn't cool to listen to NSYNC. But now come to
fuck
find
that.
out, everybody was listening to that shit. And
Fuck
only
that. I
certain
was
people mention
listening
it,
to that, man. I had the cassette tape to No Strings Attached. I got
bro.
that shit. I got that shit from JC Penney's. JC Penney's was selling music back in the day. I bet y'all ain't know
Damn.
that.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
how
know
old
that.
I am. I
Holy
bought a
shit.
cassette tape of No Strings Attached. That's with Bye 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 and all that shit on it. And that shit
Yes.
was cracking.
Yeah,
That
bro.
shit was hard.
I'm telling you this, and this ain't no cap. You can look up the numbers. They went diamond.
Yeah, I bet they
That,
did. That was a
that's
that
no
was a
lie though. That's
that
fact,
was an album, fam.
bro.
That
It
was
wasn't
an
all white
album.
people listening to that.
No,
I'm sorry. They
no.
went
And
diamond. Have you?
what's crazy is you saying that it's not just white people, but I got now counting you like 4 other friends that was like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, I had that album, and they black, all of them black, all of them
Bro.
like, yo, man, I had that,
Yeah. Hell
I had
yeah.
that, I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with that album, and it's like,
Them,
yeah, that
they
was
was
one of
going off.
them. They was going crazy.
Yeah, that
They
shit
was
took
going
over.
crazy.
That shit took. But then, bro, and this ain't cap either. I go to school, and I don't know who I mentioned it to or how they found out, but we were just in a conversation. I said something like NSYNC. Oh, you listen to NSYNC? Oh, that's girl music, or oh, that's white music, or whatever. And at
Yeah,
the time, that was like diminishing. Like, bro, like I really do like, and that was it was hurtful for me because I wasn't faking. I was like, I really do like these motherfuckers. They actually kind of
right,
cool, but that goes back to perspective. They don't know that my aunt, my mom would drop me off at my grandma's house for days at a time. Be like, I'll be right back, and she just wouldn't show up. And my aunt was sitting at my grandma crib watching Mickey Mouse Club, would had Justin on it, and JC and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. So now I'm watching this shit. I'm watching these motherfuckers grow up, and now I know these motherfuckers got a group out
right.
called
So why
NSYNC.
wouldn't you rock with them? Because you've
Right,
been rocking with them forever. But
precisely. So
you held your ground. You stayed your ground and didn't let people be like, man, you know what? Fuck yeah, you
yeah,
right. Fuck NSYNC. I don't like NSYNC. Like, you know what
right,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So that's an important thing, man. Like what you like.
Yeah, straight up.
Fuck
And
with what
that's
you fuck with. Don't let
anybody
nobody
listening to that
persuade
that's
you
young. Yeah,
to be like, oh man, that's not cool to like, so I can't like that no more. Or I can't
right.
wear this no more because they think it's whack. Like,
Don't do
you
it.
think it's cool, man. Be you, man. Be you. And
Yes.
it's a troubling time. It's a tricky, it's a slippery slope. But like at the end, you're gonna learn to like that you loved yourself. You're gonna grow to love yourself even more. You be like, man,
Yes.
I wasn't following trends. I was doing what I did, and they still
Right.
accepted me for doing that. And if they don't accept you for doing that, fuck them. Honestly, not everybody's gonna be your friend at the end of the day anyway. So it's not like everybody at school is your friend. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you just
that's
gotta like
true.
what you like.
You,
And
bro, you hit that because, bro, do you understand like how much you think your friends is finna be if your friends and you leave school and don't see them motherfuckers ever again? Like I
be
can't
like
speak
that.
for you, but I talked to I officially talked to one person that was in my graduating class. Like I still got people that I went to school with, like in high school.
Right.
But there's one particular person that graduated with me that I talked to, and even then, I promise you, it's not that much now. That man is
Right.
married, he got kids and all that, bro. Like we don't communicate. I ain't got no problem with him, but everybody else just was gone. So if I spend all this time investing in their opinion, and then they know where to be found, that just I'm living their
Right.
life, not mine. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
At the
just
end of the
that's
day.
silly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So I'm just saying, you right. I think a lot of times we just need to, you know what I'm saying, check out perspectives and get people's perspective on shit, and not and it's okay if I like this and that. Like you said about
Yeah,
Michael Jackson and Prince, I know they was having some issues, and people was acting like you could only like one of them or whatever.
yeah,
But like, bro, like, come on, y'all. Y'all know both of them was cold as hell. Y'all can't do
right,
that to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just isn't.
right. But then if I say, I tell you the truth, I kind of like Prince music more than Mike. What?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's crazy. Like
yeah.
you can't say that. You can't
You
like.
can't. You can't.
It's
You know what I'm
certain
saying?
things you can't have opinions on. Like you
Yeah.
can't say a whole. You can't say an opinion on Beyonce or the Beehive gonna come for you. You can't
Mm,
say an opinion on Nicki Minaj or the Barb's gonna come for you. You can't say that
yeah.
about Rihanna or the Navy's gonna come for you. Everybody got these clicks and these, and that's cool. That's real cute. I feel like you know what I'm saying. People riding for who they like, who they love is cool, but they love y'all too, but that is to a certain extent. They wouldn't do the same for y'all. They wouldn't be like,
Exactly.
hey man, you hating
Exactly.
on Britney? I'm finna just put a whole bunch of bumblebees in your comments and
Yeah.
talking shit. Like it's just like
Yeah.
Beyonce wouldn't do that for y'all. So you
Bro.
kind of gotta just like look at the perspective, catch it from a perspective. Like let people like what they like, man. And if you really don't understand it, if you give a fuck to understand, ask them like, so why do you listen to NSYNC? Like, what's so cold about them? Like,
Right.
what
Yeah.
you think?
That's man. That's dope. Yeah. Take a second to try to learn somebody's perspective
Yeah,
instead of
and
assuming.
like learn theirs and be like, so why you pick Martin over Fresh Prince? Why
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Instead of it being like you crazy man, like
Right.
because like I said, it's just
'Cause-
different. It's different eras. It's a multiple of things. It could be anything. So like, just try to figure out like, oh, okay, he messed with Family Matters because he used to watch that with his grandma and shit.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Motherfuckers don't. Yeah.
respectable. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying. It is
Yeah,
what
that's
it is
real. That shit's real. I think a lot of people need to start doing that. It
for
just
sure.
it's what's the word when you include everybody? It's like the opposite of exclusivity or some shit like that. It's not exclusive. Everybody can like whatever, and I think that we all coming together to some extent as one. But there's also these parts where you bring up fucking Nicki Minaj. I remember Nicki Minaj and Cardi B was going through this shit, and they was these are grown women by the way. They can handle their own shit, but they got the whole world fighting for them. People getting into it, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like
Yeah,
y'all can really sit back and understand because some people may relate to where Nikki came from. Some people may. How many strippers stop being strippers to listen to Cardi? Like, oh, I could do some other shit or whatever. Not that I'm roasting strippers, but still, it's like she came from a story that like somebody was not doing good. Now she feel like she is doing good, and Nikki could say the same thing and her, whatever. And it's like if you like somebody because they came from a certain space and they relate to you, don't dislike them because they get into it with somebody else who does music and you getting bombarded. Like it
you
don't
don't
matter.
really know
That shit
these
don't.
people.
Yeah, they could be
That's
behind the scenes working on whatever, bro. They got
right.
songs together.
Like I said,
These
like I
rich ass
said,
motherfuckers good.
I think I said this on an episode before, but to me, everything is WWF, man.
Yeah,
Everything,
yeah,
everything, rap beef, all that shit. They wrote it just like they wrote the screenplays for the wrestling. They wrote it. It's just a storyline. That's what they
yeah,
call it. It's a storyline. Let the storyline play out. They could be in on it, or it could not be true. But that's just a theory that I like really hone in on and then be like, it's possible that they in cahoots about this and they just trying to, you know what I'm saying, bread it up, get their bread up and
yeah. It's
make
really
people
just
choose and all this stuff.
yeah,
Divide and conquer is really the goal of the quote unquote man. So like
hmm
in any way that he can divide us, if he can stop me from liking Sherm because Sherm like Michael Jackson and I like Prince, then the man won. So fuck
right,
all that shit. Like what you like, and you can't shit on people for liking what they like. Get a
right.
perspective on why they like what they like. You know what I'm saying? Or tell us what you think, man. You know how it
Yeah,
is, man. You know what it is.
yeah.
Bring a
Now we get
seat to
down
the table, man, and tell us your thoughts, man. Join the party. You know how we do
straight
it out
up.
here, man.
I appreciate the few of y'all who did get back to me about the last topic. I think these are things that um are worth talking about. So it's good that y'all interacting and talking to us. You did. It's funny you said about wrestling. Actually, I want to do the black business of the week,
Black
but
business, black business,
but
black business is black on, baby.
this is a homie of mine, and of course I know you know. This ain't really a business, but it kind of is. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kind of expand it and be a little bit. I think unorthodox is that the right word when you're doing
Let's
something that's
do it.
not.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, unorthodox. Let's do it.
yeah. So I want to show some light on my homeboy Warren.
Oh
Warren
yeah.
Johnson is a wrestler. He's in the group Fly Def. We went to school together. I feel like I feel like I met y'all like it was like freshman year, sophomore year, something like that in school, man. And I didn't even know we all was rapping, like we all was doing music or whatever. So I didn't necessarily know my man's like wrestling, bro. But I was actually watching some of his footage, and yo, like my man's is cold. Like
Yeah, man.
I remember this one video. I'll never forget this. The rest until I die, I'll never forget this. I was watching this video. He was standing next to I don't know the other gentleman's name. Forgive me. Um,
Zach, his tag team partner,
yeah, yeah.
Zach Zilla, man. Shout out
Zach
Zach, man.
Zilla. Shout out to Zach Zilla too. They walked up to this dude drinking this slushy, and Warren walked up. It was like, "Hey, is that good? You like that slushy?" And Fam was like, "Fam was like, yeah." He said, "Let me see it." He grabbed it. He threw that shit. He threw that shit. Warren threw my man slushy. I was dying, bro. That shit was the funniest shit I ever seen in my
That's
fucking
funny. I
life,
gotta
dog.
look that up. I know what you're talking
Hell
about, but I
yeah.
haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, he said, "Get the shit out of here." I was dying, bro. I watched that repeat like 60, 70 times, bro.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
so I want to bring up. They got a booking info thing on. I'm looking at Warren's IG right now. Actually, if you want to follow him, it's Fly Brother Warren G FLYBROTHAWARRENG J. If you don't catch that,
J.
slow it
Warren
down.
J, not Warren G.
Well,
Warren
yeah,
J.
Warren J. And they got a booking info. It's bookflydefnow at yahoo.com. So if y'all need something for an event, y'all need him to come out, him and his homeboy come out, definitely hit him up with the booking. Make sure you paid it right, you know what I'm saying? And let me add to this, they actually got a documentary coming out, which I thought was cold as a bitch. Did you see that trailer? That
Bro.
was cold as
And
fuck.
shout out to that boy OJ O'Darian. He's the one shooting it. He's from Springfield as well, man.
Oh, Jay shooting
So
that?
yeah, he like pulled up on bro and everything and shot it and like got some footage of
Wow.
him and all that stuff. So I think that that's his project that he's doing and just including them in it, man. And I think it's great. Um, it's just a documentary about black wrestlers and the hardships that they got to face to get to the top, man. And I think it's gonna be real dope, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, man.
Finding an Icon, the
Finding
documentary
an
is the name of the
icon.
joint. Which
Yeah.
that's so cool, bro.
So check
But
that
yeah,
out, man. He been doing big
that
things, shooting videos, and
yeah, I went to his page
he
too.
sent him up. Yeah, he's going up.
Folks glowing, man. I love to see the wins,
Yeah,
bro.
man,
I
for
love to see
sure.
the
And
wins, bro.
shout out to Warren, man. That's my brother, man.
Yeah,
It's my
yeah,
blood
straight
brother,
up.
same mom, same dad, everything, man. You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
up.
Same house, same school, all that shit. So yeah, man. Shout out to my brother. I'm extremely proud of him, man. He's doing big things. Had a AEW debut not too long ago. Got some championship gold with uh a company in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's dope.
been a champion like 6 times over, man. So man, that's like Jordan status. So shout out to him, man, for that.
Bro, I gotta holler at y'all about what y'all doing to get buff, bro. I can't. I gotta unfollow his damn page. Y'all be embarrassing me, bro. I'm posting cake and all these desserts, and
Hey
y'all
man.
looking like y'all Majin Buu and shit. Like yo, like shit's wild, bro. But yeah, definitely check him out. Like I said, let me get y'all the email one more time. It's bookflydefnow at yahoo.com. Definitely hit him up for some events. Hit him up and make sure y'all get the documentary when it drop too, because that's crazy how they even
Yeah,
doing
it's gonna
that.
be crazy.
You know what I'm
It's gonna be
saying?
crazy.
So that's all I got for him. You got anything else you want to drop
I
on?
ain't got nothing else, man. I'll see y'all next week, man. We'll check in with y'all next week. You know how it is. Get the feedback, man. Let us know what you think about this topic. Let us know what you think about the episode. Like, subscribe, share, put it on the book, put it on the IG, on Twitter, man. Let us know you listening to it. Shoot us
Hit
some
us.
topics.
Yes, that's exactly what I was
And
about to say.
everything, man.
Oh
Shoot us
yeah.
topics, questions that you want us to answer or that you want our perspective on. Shoot us your black business. Shoot us some black facts, man. Because I be needing help. Sometimes I just be trying. I gotta go deep into Google to find some shit. So if you got some black facts, man, look for us, man, and find us and let us know what it is. Oh yeah, SureManMaySinProductions.com. Go get your merch, man. Go
Yes.
get your
Yeah.
merch.
Go handle that. Go handle that. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for coming again. Thanks for allowing us to be here for another week, man. I appreciate y'all. Take care and that kind of junk. I'll you later.
Yeah, man. Peace out.
Bad.